Hey folks, welcome back to Military Forces Unleashed. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in modern naval history, the Chungmugong Yi Sun Sin class destroyers, also known as the KDX-II. These ships are not just floating steel, they're a statement of South Korea's ambition to dominate the high seas. In this episode, we'll unpack how these destroyers came to be, their cutting-edge tech, and why they're both a marvel of engineering and a logistical nightmare wrapped in steel. Get ready to explore the depths of naval warfare, where every decision has ripple effects and every innovation comes with strings attached. What happens when you take a nation with a history of being invaded, a booming defense industry, and a burning desire to project power? You get the KDX-II class destroyers, a fleet that punches way above its weight. Think about it. South Korea isn't exactly the first country you think of when it comes to naval dominance. But these ships, they're like the underdog that shows up to the fight with brass knuckles and a PhD in engineering. From their sleek design to their missile-packed arsenal, the KDX-II class is a testament to what happens when a country decides to stop playing defense and start dictating terms on the high seas. But don't let the shiny exterior fool you. These ships are as much about strategy as they are about hardware. To understand the KDX-II, we need to rewind to South Korea's post-war era. Back then, the country was rebuilding from the devastation of Japanese occupation and the Korean War. Their navy? Practically non-existent. Think fishing boats with machine guns strapped to the side. But fast forward to the late 20th century, and South Korea transformed itself into an economic powerhouse. With prosperity came ambition, and a realization that a strong navy wasn't just a luxury, it was a necessity. Enter the Korean Destroyer Experimental KDX program. The KDX program had three phases: KDX-I, KDX-II, and KDX-III. The KDX-Y was essentially South Korea dipping its toes into destroyer design. It was decent but lacked punch. The KDX-II? That's where things got serious. By the early 2000s, South Korea was ready to flex its muscles. The KDX-II was designed to fill a critical gap, a multi-role destroyer capable of anti-air, anti-submarine, and anti-surface warfare. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just about building a ship. It was about proving that South Korea could compete with the likes of the United States, Japan, and even China. Fun fact, the KDX-II program faced delays and budget overruns, but hey, what ambitious military project doesn't? Critics said it was over-engineered. Supporters called it a game-changer. Spoiler alert, both were right. Let's talk firepower. The KDX-II is armed to the teeth. We're talking Mk-41 vertical launch systems, VLS for standard missiles, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, and a 127mm OTO Malera main gun that can rain hell from miles away. Oh, and let's not forget the Goalkeeper CIWS system, a last-ditch effort to turn incoming missiles into confetti. But here's the thing. It's not just about the weapons. The KDX-II's radar and sonar systems are state-of-the-art. Its AN/SPS-95K radar can track multiple targets simultaneously, making it a nightmare for adversaries. Now let's geek out for a second. The KDX-II's combat system is modular, meaning it can adapt to new threats without needing a complete overhaul. This flexibility is crucial in an era where naval warfare evolves faster than ever. For example, its anti-submarine capabilities are bolstered by towed array sonars and torpedoes, and while its Aegis-like system isn't as advanced as the US's SPY-1 radar, it's still impressive for a mid-tier destroyer. So, how does the KDX-II perform in real-world scenarios? During joint exercises with the U.S. Navy, these ships proved they could hold their own against some of the world's most advanced vessels. But it's not all smooth sailing. maintenance costs are high, and crew training is a constant challenge. Still, the KDX-II has become a cornerstone of South Korea's naval strategy, particularly in deterring North Korea and asserting presence in contested waters like the South China Sea. Sure, the KDX-II is impressive, but let's not kid ourselves, it's not perfect. For starters, fuel consumption is astronomical. Running these ships is like pouring money into a furnace. And maintenance? Forget about keeping it cheap. Critics argue that the KDX-II is over-engineered for South Korea's needs. Do they really need this level of sophistication to deal with North Korean patrol boats? Probably not. But then again, naval power isn't just about immediate threats, it's about long-term strategy. Critics argue that the KDX-II is over-engineered for South Korea's needs. Do they really need this level of sophistication to deal with North Korean patrol boats? Probably not. But then again, naval power isn't just about immediate threats, it's about long-term strategy. Then there's the geopolitical angle. By building such advanced ships, South Korea is signaling its intent to play a bigger role in regional security. But that also means stepping into a game dominated by China and Japan. Is South Korea ready for that level of competition? Time will tell. At the end of the day, the KDX-II is both a symbol of innovation and a cautionary tale of overambition. It's proof that South Korea can build world-class warships, but it's also a reminder that naval power is as much about strategy as it is about hardware. These ships aren't just tools of war, they're a statement. A statement that South Korea is no longer content to sit on the sidelines. Whether that's a good thing or a recipe for trouble depends on who you ask. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the KDX-II, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. What would you change in its design? Or do you think South Korea is overreaching? Let us know. Thanks for watching and supporting Military Forces Unleashed. Your engagement keeps this channel afloat, pun intended. Until next time, stay sharp and keep exploring the high seas of military history.